So, welcome back to another episode of the vlog. Today we're talking about new gear and old gear. So we'll get to the new gear later on. It's actually in the oven at the minute. But I want to talk about old gear. I mean old gear. This poor little guy has been royally neglected. I'll overlay a few close-up clips of it here so you can see what kind of state it's in, but it's my little Where We're Go Anywhere. I haven't used it as much this year as I normally would, so without regular use your barbecues can tend to get into a little bit of a state, and this is no difference. The plan is today to try and bring it back to its former glory. We're going to give it a good clean down. I think the cooking grates are pretty much cooked, so we're going to replace them, so we'll season up a new set of grates for it and get them put in. The idea being, I want to try and keep it out in the shack. I have the kettles and the gas barbecue, which would be the two sort of main barbecues I would use. Well, kettles I want to use, the gas one's the one I want to replace this with. So sometimes it's not worth, if you're only doing a couple of things, it's not worth lighting up with enough charcoal on the kettle barbecue to get your heat. So I want to have the little Go Anywhere just sitting out on the bench that I can run out, light up a handful of charcoal and cook a couple of things over it. But in its current state I would not eat anything that comes off it. So we'll go ahead and get it stripped down to its component parts, give everything a good clean down, and we'll see if we can bring it back to its former glory. Now, I know you're probably thinking I don't deserve a barbecue to get it let it get into this state, but truth be told, they just haven't been used that often. And as I say, now I want to try and use it more. I want to try and keep it in a bit of better condition. So these cooking grates are definitely a goner. I think the rust is a bit too bad on them. I have cleaned these up once before. They had a little bit of surface rust on them, so if you ever have that, there's a weird echo coming out of this barbecue. Shush. Tinfoil, scrunched up tinfoil is a really good. So give them a good clean with hot soapy water. And then rub them over with tinfoil, and it takes a bit of that surface rust off. Now the plating that's over the top of these grates is gone by that point, but it will at least take them down to the bare metal again. You can rub them with a little oil and season them to try and preserve them a bit longer. So, but these are a goner. They've been done a few times before and they're really badly pitted. So I have a new set of these we're going to season up and put on. Everything else inside doesn't look too bad. Charcoal grate is a bit rusty, but again, it's a charcoal grate, who cares? The heat deflector plate is fine. So I'm going to take the legs off this and go take them inside and give them a scrub out. They're not too bad, I don't see any major damage, but it's only after you actually clean it up that you actually realise if there is any damage. So I'll take these inside, clean them up, and then we'll come back and see if there's any major problems with them. So that's the main parts all cleaned up. Lid came out pretty well, still a few little marks on it. This one here, then once I cleaned it up, I realised I have some enamel damage down here at the vents, but there's not much I can do about it. Well, these are still in warranty, so if I really wanted to I could contact Weber and get new ones, but they're nowhere near rusting through, or they're still doing fine, so I've still plenty of time left in the warranty, so if I want to I can get in touch with them and get them replaced. But other than that, pretty happy with them. They cleaned up pretty well. So I cleaned up all the vent slides and legs and things like that there, so we'll go ahead and get it put together, and then we'll work on the grates and getting them looking decent again. So. So that's everything back together. It's a pretty simple little barbecue to build. There's only the two nuts that hold on the top handle, everything else just pops into place. I wish I could say cleaning it was easy. There's quite a bit of grease and grime on it now. I had checked out Richard Holden's article on cleaning your barbecue, and he had recommended dishwasher soap. So, or not dishwasher soap, laundry detergent. So I tried that, and it did lift most of the grime off it, but some of the really caked on stuff, it was just a matter of scalding hot water, soap and elbow grease. So there is still a few bits on there. Eventually you get to the point where you're like, it'll do fine, it's grand. So it was a lot cleaner than it was. Happy with it, so we're going to get the grate sorted out now. So as I said, the cooking grate was ruined, so I have a brand new one of them. As in most grates, you need to burn them off a little bit. There's still residue of like manufacturing oils and stuff on them, so we need to burn that off before we cook on it. Then the next thing is the heat deflector. Again, I think this just needs a good heat up and a scrub down with the metal brush, and that should be fine. And then the charcoal grate. So again, it's rusty, but it's still in pretty good nick. It's not really warped at all. So again, I think I'm going to heat that up as well and just give it a scrub with the wire brush and take any out bits off it, and that should be fine. So we're going to do this all on the gas barbecue, so it has its uses. But I'll get it up the temperature and then throw these on, and then we can clean them and build everything back up again. These have been in for a little over about 20 minutes or so with all three burners on full, and as you can see, this was red with rust before, and a lot of that has burnt off. So just using the little Weber tea brush and a pair of gloves, because everything's scalding hot, you can just go ahead and give everything a scrape. So you're never going to get these back to factory condition, but I don't know if it's showing up in the video there, but they definitely come up pretty well. Most of them are down to the bare metal again. It's burnt a lot of that rust off. Again, these here are brand new grates, so it was really just a matter of burning them oils and stuff off it before you'd ever want to cook on it. Again, the heat deflector, any of that crusty stuff or burnt on stuff, just a rub with the little wire tea brush, and I'll take it back down and clean as well. So I'll get these all scrubbed up, and then we'll move over and build everything back up again. So that's them all cleaned up. That's actually a good tip for anyone that maybe has a smoker or another barbecue that the temperature doesn't really get that hot in. Everybody knows of the burn off method, so in a kettle or a gas barbecue you get the thing screaming hot and give the grates a clean off, but in a smoker it never really gets warm enough to burn off all that dirt and grease. So take your grates out of your smoker, put them onto your gas barbecue, or if you have a kettle you can get it as hot as you can get it and put the grates onto it and burn them off that way. It makes such a difference. It makes them so much easier to clean. You'd have been there forever trying to do that whenever they were cold, so never a good idea to clean cold grates. So we'll go ahead and pop everything back in. Let's say the little deflector plate at the bottom, it's a bit warped, but I don't think it really makes a difference. The first light on it, if I put a new one in, will bubble up anyway. So that goes in. Charcoal grates in good nick. Still a little bit of rust on there whenever you get into the worst parts, but again, it's a charcoal grate, it doesn't matter. So we'll pop that. And then finally the new cooking grate. So I would probably give this another quick burn off once I light the charcoal on this. We give it an extra maybe 15 minutes or so to heat up, just to make sure everything's burnt off it, but it was on there for a good 20 minutes at nearly 300 degrees Celsius, so I think it should be fine. So we'll pop that in last, and that's it, good to go again. So it's not perfect, but it's a damn sight better than it was before, so there's life in the old girl yet. So that's the old piece of gear taken care of now. The next thing is the new piece of gear, but unfortunately it's not quite ready yet, so I'm going to have to waste a bit of time until I can show you. So this is what I was waiting on. They were in the oven seasoning. Still have one more round to go. I've done 2 rounds of seasoning on them, so I'm going to do a third, and that should be them ready to go. But these are Lodge cast iron pans. They're the 10.5 inch ones, and if you're wondering why I bought 3 of the same 10.5 inch, it's because they were in a 3-pack. So got them at a great price, and they're my first proper sort of cast iron skillets. The only other bit of cast iron I think I own is the GBS griddle from Weber, but these are the real deal. So I'm looking forward to cooking on them, I can't wait. It's a bit of a learning curve, as some of you probably know who have cast iron. They need a bit of looking after to keep them in peak condition, so I need to make sure I do that. So anybody, any tips out there, throw them my way, I'm happy to take them. I've been speaking to Jim Moore and Nathan, Only Slagging and Kung Fu Barbecue, and they've been giving me some good tips, so hopefully I won't ruin them. Look at them. So there'll be plenty of recipes coming up using skillets in the coming future. But other than that, I just wanted to show them off. I need to put them in the oven for one more go, but if I had waited for them to be fully ready, it would have been pitch black outside and you would never have seen them. So that was just a quick little episode to show you the revamp of the Go Anywhere. So as I say, I want to keep this out in the shack, and if I'm doing any recipes and I require grilling of sort of smaller bits and pieces, then I will use this little guy rather than firing up one of the bigger barbecues. Also then I just wanted to show the pans, which I am quite excited about going for. I think I might hang them in the shack, but I'm not entirely sure where yet. One other thing I've realised today is I need a seat for this shack or some kind of stool, because I'm sick of crouching down, and so all of that to come in future episodes. But if you enjoyed the episode, it says there's a few little tips in there. It was just a bit of fun really. Give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next episode.